Prison guards outraged over calling Kaepernick's visit to inmates at Rikers Island. The former 49-year-old 49ers quarterbacker, known for kneeling during the national anthem, speaking about police brutality and social justice at the detention center in New York.
That's right. And we're going to pick it over here because the president of the Corrections Officers Union is slamming the visit, saying it will incite violence and put officers' lives actually in danger. Elias Hussamuddin is the president of the Correction Officers Benevolent Association. He joins us now. It seems like Colin Kaepernick, he just keeps digging a deeper hole.
Well, either he's digging a deeper hole or the mayor's digging a deeper hole, because basically correction officers are the police of the jail, and the mayor seems to think that inviting Kaepernick, Carmelo Anthony, rappers and things to come to Rikers Island to talk to inmates is going to change their behavior.
But Kaepernick specifically is a flashpoint. This is the guy that wore socks depicting the police as pigs, making them look like the bad guys. So when you bring in someone to your prison that says the police or the corrections officers are the bad guys, how does that improve relationships?
It doesn't. It does nothing to improve relationships. It's just, look, like I said before, we have a mayor that's out of touch. And his answer to the violence that's going on Rikers Island and the city jails is to bring in celebrities. And he does that just basically to keep the attention off of the fact that he has been a failure in the last 4 years when it comes to violence inside the New York City jail. So, I mean, I expect more from him, but obviously, maybe I shouldn't.
I understand you're upset with the mayor, and so you've got your differences.
That's that's
sure.
Basically where
and fair
this
enough,
is
and it's
coming
free
from.
to believe that way. But what I want to press is when you say the visit would actually be dangerous to the officers. How can you back that up?
Well, basically, look at the people that he's inviting. These people are people that these inmates are watching and entertaining themselves with before they come to jail. I mean, to his credit, he didn't say anything wrong. Actually, he said good things about correction officers. But at the end of the day, again, I don't want to let the mayor off the hook. I'm not going to let the mayor off the hook.
You think bringing Kaepernick in will sort of incite some of these prisoners against the officers, or is that too far?
I think that's too far, but I also think that the mayor does nothing. You have 2,000 correction officers who've been assaulted. Guys, broken jaw, 26 stitches across their face. What in the hell is bringing Kaepernick to Rikers Island going to do to help us to reduce that? If anything, it's going to do what you're saying. It has the potential to make it even worse.
Let me ask you, what should they be doing and who should they be bringing in instead?
Maybe they should bring in the attorney. Maybe they should bring Jeff Sessions. Maybe they should bring in somebody to investigate whether or not the increase in the violence against correction officers have something to do with the mayor's elimination of punitive segregation. That's something that correction officers have been able to use over the years to keep the violence down inside the jails. Bringing Kaepernick, bringing Carmelo Anthony, who didn't have anything good to say about correction officers, is not going to do anything to reduce the violence against New York City correction officers. We're the police of the jails. We're responsible for maintaining law and order, and we have a mayor who want to jet set around the country and bring these people in to maybe, to portray himself as somebody who's doing something great.
On the flip side of this, the president of the United States was talking to some young, rising law enforcement officers and said, "I've got your back." That kind of message, does that resonate with you?
That's the message. That's the only message that a mayor of New York City should give. I mean, that's the only message that there is. We're looking for a mayor to stand up and say, "I have your back." Maybe we should see if we can get the president of the United States to give him a call and give him some pointers.
That'd be fantastic. Why is there still this ingrained underappreciation of what the men and women in uniform do?
I think it has a lot to do with being out of sight and out of mind. I mean, you can't ignore police officers wherever you are in this country. They're very visible. You can't ignore firefighters. You see them every day. Usually the only time you see or hear anything about a New York City correction officer or correction officer, period, is when something goes wrong or something goes afoul inside a New York City jail. But I mean, I just need the message to get out there. We need these consent decrees that the mayor have instituted and put into place is tying the hands of New York City correction officers and is further endangering not only our lives, but the lives of the inmates and the other civilians and people who find ourselves behind bars.
Good point.
All right. Elias Hussamuddin, we appreciate you coming in.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for listening.